I know exactly what you're thinking. Where the fuck have I been? Well, we'll do story time and then we'll get into the topics. Timestamps in the description so you don't have to listen to story time if you don't want to, but story time first. So, as of last Friday, my plan was to cover the Dynamite ratings on Saturday, even though I was doing a 200-mile round trip on Saturday, I thought I'll get back for about 4 p.m, so I'll do my Dynamite ratings video then, along with NXT. Both shows did absolutely piss poor in the ratings, by the way. NXT did fucking terrible. But our car broke down when we was about 85 miles away from home. So me, my missus, my daughter and my dog had to stand by the side of the road for 3 hours while we waited for the RAC to help us out. Eventually we got home, and since then I've been making phone calls all the time. Where's my car? Come and collect this car off us. So on and so on. It's all about cars. And I thought, I'm going to take a little break because I'm under way too much stress. And that's what I did. Did it warrant me to take 6 days away? Probably not. That's my fault. I got lazy and complacent. But I'm back now. And we're going to catch up on a lot of the things I didn't cover last week. And some things that have happened this week. So, the very first thing I'd like to talk about, the topics altogether, we've got new NXT champion, which is fantastic. We're going to talk about the Wyatts 6, because I've got some stuff to say about that. CM Punk costing Drew McIntyre the World Heavyweight Championship and the Money in the Bank cash-in. And John Cena is the main topic, man. John Cena broke my heart at the weekend. But the very first thing I'd like to talk about is Jon Moxley. Now, Jon Moxley, he likes to do these jiu-jitsu tournaments, right? It's lots of grappling and shit. And quite a few months ago, there was a video going around of him losing one of them. Okay, now, as a top guy in a professional wrestling company, you don't want to be seen losing jiu-jitsu tournaments to no-named random guys, right? that isn't. I get people say that, oh, he had the balls to go and do it. Cool, good for him. But he has a reputation to uphold for the company he works for. Because if he's losing random jiu-jitsu matches to random people, how does that make the company look altogether when he's beating their top guys, right? But another video has recently come out, and I believe this was last night or today. Jon Moxley loses another jiu-jitsu match, but not only that, he was an absolute arsehole about losing. I'm going to put the video on the screen now. There's no audio, but as you can see, he is not willing to shake the hand of the person who beat him or the other person, whoever that is. And I'll play it again because it's only quick, it's only 5 seconds. But as you can see, Jon Moxley is an absolute prick, no sportsmanship whatsoever, after he's gone and made his company look bad and the wrestlers he's beaten look bad. And Jon Moxley, man, I'm embarrassed that I wanted him to win the WWE Championship, man. I was such a big fan of Dean Ambrose, right? Even though he was put through some shit. The stuff that Jon Moxley has done is nowhere near the level of the stuff that Dean Ambrose did is nowhere near the level of stupidity that Jon Moxley has done. There we go, I got it out in the end. And I'm embarrassed that I was hyped up about this man. I stayed up live for that Money in the Bank 2016 just so I could watch him potentially win the championship. And he did. And I can't believe this man was a champion in WWE because he's a fucking idiot. He's an idiot. He's a piece of shit. Fuck Jon Moxley. If there's one person I never want to see return to WWE ever again, it's Jon Moxley. I would take Chris Jericho over Jon Moxley any day. Any day of the fucking week. But Jon Moxley, stop doing these jiu-jitsu matches, man. You're making yourself look stupid. You're not a badass. You're nothing. Stop it. Next, we have a new NXT champion, Ethan Page. He went from doing absolutely nothing in AEW to switching over to NXT and then becoming the NXT champion. I was about to say AEW champion. He became the NXT champion at the weekend with what people would call a fluke pin. He got knocked out and they did the pinfall like that, which was really smart. I like the way they did it. With Trick saying, "Oh no, my championship." And so that was pretty cool. So Joe Hendry returned to NXT last night to team up with Trick to face the new NXT champion Ethan Page and Sean Spears. Joe Hendry got the win. So it looks like we're going to get Joe Hendry versus Ethan Page for the NXT Championship at some point. But I also believe Joe Hendry is going for the TNA Championship at some point. I believe he's got himself in the main event for that. I think he's going to go up against Moose. So I think Joe Hendry is going for 2 championship matches. Will he win one of them? I'm hoping he at least wins the TNA Championship. But Ethan Page, new NXT champion, I love it. Didn't make much sense for him to win in his first match, but he's won it now, and I'm happy for him. It's better than what he was doing over in the land of flippy nonsense. The Wyatt 6. Now, I've been telling you guys, let's let this play out. Let's let it play out. Let's give it some time and see what happens. The first week, absolutely fantastic. The first week, right? The following week, not as urgent and as big, but it did something. It established something. It established that who Uncle Howdy is, that he is Bo Dallas. Bring Bo Dallas back on screen. Cool. The week after that, we get pretty much the same thing. Nikki Cross comes out, gives commentary a tape. We get Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy on the screen. So I thought, something's got to happen at Money in the Bank. And nothing happened at Money in the Bank. Nothing at all with the Wyatts. Nothing whatsoever. And then we get to Raw this week. And we had exactly the same fucking thing again. Nikki comes out, gives them a tape. Bo Dallas on screen. This is the problem with Triple H. He doesn't capitalise on things the correct way, right? When something's at 100 and it's really, really hot, he takes it down to 5 because he wants to take things slow. And I get he wants to take things slow, but this is going too slow now. I know it's only been a few weeks, 4 weeks, right? But when you're doing exactly the same thing 3 weeks in a fucking row, that's where I say get fucked. I want more, and I want it now because I don't want to get to next week's Raw, and Nikki Cross comes out in a Chad Gable spot, gives commentary a fucking tape. Oh, we get Bo and Howdy on the screen. Wow. I don't want this to fail. I don't. But at the same time, I'm not giving it a honeymoon period like everyone else is, because I want it to succeed. There's no sugarcoating anything. I do not want to see the same shit 3 weeks in a row. No. Do better. Give us something else next week. Flesh out the others as well. Okay? I know we've seen glimpses of their faces on screen now, right? Okay? But we need more from this group. Not just Nikki Cross coming out, give a tape. Oh, we get a vignette of Howdy and Bo. They don't want that shit. CM Punk screwed Drew McIntyre of not only the World Heavyweight Championship, but the Money in the Bank contract. Lots of people saying that the Money in the Bank was wasted this year. I disagree. I disagree. Money in the Bank has been somewhat of a dying concept for a long time. It has, whether you look, I love the Money in the Bank concept. Okay, I love it since I was a kid. Loved it, right? But ever since Baron Corbin, at least Baron Corbin won it, it's just been going downhill, right? We had Brock Lesnar winning it, which made no sense. We had Otis winning it. We had Big E winning it, which did make sense, but then he had a championship run that wasn't very good. The Miz ended up winning it off from Otis and then cashing it in and then holding the belt for like a week. Austin Theory cashing in on a mid-card championship and then losing. Right? Lots of bad things have happened with Money in the Bank over the last few years. And this was the best way to use it this year. It was, because there's no room for Cody to lose it to a Money in the Bank holder. And there's no room for the World Heavyweight Championship because Gunther's winning that at SummerSlam. And Gunther's holding that for, 2,000 days. So there was no room for Money in the Bank this year. There was no room. They did the event because they do it every year. But they went about it the way they needed to go about it, which I think was the best way to go about it. Because, yeah, you could have had Jey Uso win it and then cash it in at WrestleMania. Say, I won a match. Cash it in early, say WrestleMania. But obviously that's not what they wanted to do. Because Gunther's going to hold that belt when he wins it for 2,000, 3,000 days. Because that's what Gunther does. And Cody Rhodes is busy with Solo, Roman, Rock, all them people. So, Money in the Bank, this was the best way to do it this year. I know some of you are going to agree. I'm not shilling. This is just my opinion. Best way to do it. It helps the Punk and Drew feud. But now we need more from that. No more interference. We need more because I think they're building for a match at SummerSlam if Punk's cleared. So we need to get that match at SummerSlam. And then we're going to go for a free match at free pay-per-views, PLEs, SummerSlam, whatever's after SummerSlam, and then Bad Blood. So it's going to end in Hell in a Cell. And we're going to love to see it. So let it play out. It's fine. Money in the Bank doesn't need to be the same every single year. It was fine. Relax. Chill. And we still got the women's Money in the Bank, right? The women's. Yeah, I don't care about. I don't care about the women's. Right. Finally, Jonathan Cena. This broke my heart, man. It did. When I woke up on Sunday morning, and I checked all the results, and I checked all the stuff, and I saw John Cena, and he comes out and he says, I'm here to announce my retirement. And when I was 10 years old, just about to turn 11, when I first started watching WWE, there were certain people that brought me in and made me a fan, a long-time fan. One of those people being John Cena. The other two, Triple H, Jeff Hardy, right? And I know a lot of you guys that are older than me used to hate Cena. He ruined wrestling for you. But for me at the time, I was, yeah, John Cena. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, you can't see me. You. And yeah, so that was me when all you guys were booing him. But yeah, it's sad, man. We're seeing all of the legends slowly but surely disappear. Edge is gone. We're never seeing Edge in a WWE ring ever again. He's going to be Adam Copeland doing whatever the fuck he's doing. Randy Orton, we've still got Randy for a bit. We've still got Ray for a bit. Cena's not been around for a while, but he at least has one match per year. And he's going to retire next year in 2025. He said the Royal Rumble next year will be his last. Elimination Chamber will be his last. WrestleMania 41 will be his last. And then he's going to continue to wrestle through 2025. But someone like him needs to end his career at WrestleMania. So I'm hoping they can push it to the following WrestleMania in 2026. I'm hoping and they can end it there. Because where's he going to end it? SmackDown? Raw? No. No, we don't want that. We want John Cena's career to end at a WrestleMania, and hopefully it'll be at the WrestleMania in 2026, WrestleMania 42. So, yeah, this hurts, man. I can't believe the GOAT, John Cena, is officially retiring. And I was dreading this day because I knew it would come one day. As soon as I started seeing that bald patch, I thought, this is going to hurt, man. And it is. I don't like it. I don't like that we're getting old. I don't like that someone I was watching when I was a child is now at the point where he's announcing his retirement. And yeah, I don't know. It's not fun, man. But thank you, John Cena, for all the years that you have entertained us and for all the people you had buried while I was cheering you. Yay! Fuck Wade Barrett. Bury that jobber. Obviously, I wouldn't say that now. But yeah, John Cena's retiring, and who will his final opponent be? That is the big question. I don't think it's going to be CM Punk, but he probably will face CM Punk at some point. I'm not sure. Could it be Randy? I think it should be Randy. Yeah, fuck it. I think it should be John Cena versus Randy Orton. WrestleMania 42 for John Cena's final match. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Jon Moxley losing and making himself look like a prick. Ethan Page, new NXT champion. The Wyatts, getting boring. Money in the Bank, best way to use it this year. And John Cena is ending his career in 2025. Like, subscribe, follow me on X at the Crossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.